Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. This is our weekly Ask an Advocate, our time to come to you and meet you where you're at on your wellness journey. So my name is Danette with Wellness Spoiled.
And I'm Tiffany with Nature's Gift.
We both partner with doTERRA Essential Oils to provide you with that ongoing support and education behind their products, really to help you take the overwhelm out of using natural solutions. So the last couple weeks, we've been diving into back to school stuff and helping to develop habits for morning and afternoon. So today we're shifting to what happens when they come home after school.
Yeah.
And how we can effectively provide solutions for them especially when they're at our home.
Right. Yeah.
So you can kick us off, Tiff.
Okay. Well, the very, very first thing I do, and I'm sure my boys are like, really? Anytime they come inside, I go wash their hands. So they do go into the bathroom, wash their hands, but we do have, if you have not used it, On Guard hand soap. So it's a foaming soap, and I mean, I love that stuff. I actually kind of get a little anxious if I'm running low and I don't have any. I'm like, shoot, I gotta make my own or something. But anyway, that's one thing. As soon as they come inside, I have them, get the germs off. Don't bring them in the house, kind of deal. And another thing that I really do make sure that my boys do is take their vitamins, because it just helps, their immune system. First of all, I think that it, just before a few weeks, actually I usually do a few weeks, but it was more like a few days before school started. I had them make sure they are taking the On Guard soft gels, to make sure their immune system is strong before going back to school. But if you have littles, you can just rub On Guard on the bottom of their feet, on their spine, especially at night before they're going to bed. That's just a preventative. If they are starting to get sick, I really would amp it up, but that's a preventative as well. So that's kind of, what we've made sure they do. And I wouldn't say, I know we're talking about once they get home, but mine take their vitamins before they go to school. So that's, it doesn't matter. Whenever you have them take them, just make sure they take them.
It really is about building those healthy habits, right? So whatever works for your family. I mean, Tiff's family does them before school. Talon does, we do our vitamins at night. And they've got two different kinds. They've got kid-specific vitamins that would be ideal for 12 and under, that's a chewable, or if your kid is not a fan of swallowing pills. Right. The chewable is great. It's going to give you all of the stuff that you need. And then we've also got a probiotic that's, the kid one is like a pixie stick.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you wouldn't like that.
Right. But and hints for adults that if you're feeling like you kind of want something sweet and you're trying to avoid candy, sweets, whatever, just take
some probiotics.
Take some probiotic. And don't take more than one, just do one. But yeah, so sorry, that's sometimes what I do at night when I'm like, oh, I kind of want something sweet.
Sweet too.
Yeah.
Nice. Something else that we do is diffuse, right? So I'm constantly diffusing, but Talon will go into his room to do homework. And so I really have encouraged him to find blends or oils that he thrives with. There's all sorts of blends out there, and recipes, diffuser recipes for focus and uplifting and energizing and all that stuff. So really it is about finding something that works for your kid that will help them. If your kids are probably just like mine, which is you had a long day at school and the last thing you want to do is go do more work. And Tiff and I's oldest sons are transitioned, whatever, into high school. And I was just talking to her before this about the apprehensiveness with the workload. Like, what's that going to look like? Because honestly, the last, especially year and a half, has been very mild with the homework.
Yeah.
So if I'm a little fearful
Right.
for what
Well,
that's going to
it's
look
like,
like.
are they going to bombard them even more because they lost
Right,
some,
right.
or are they just going to get them back in? So, it could be based on the teacher, but we'll see.
Yeah.
They stress about, or at least mine, and I know Talon stresses about it. And
Yes.
so, putting on adaptive even when they get home or before they go to school. I'm a big fan of adaptive and just grounding blends. You have balance before you go to school, even when they come home. So frankincense, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Also to try to help some of the tears to avoid those coming out, because I think, for Talon specifically, and I'm the same way, when I get frustrated, it manifests itself in the form of tears. So I mean, I know that he's not alone in that, but and I hate that. Be it the mom side of me or just the, empath of me or whatever it is, like that just drives me bonkers. But then I react to that like more on the angry side. Like I just don't understand, like, why are you crying? Like it frustrates me. So I also find that I have to use oils to support me being calm and patient to be able to deal and handle him. And not that he's to handle, that's like not the right thing that I want to say there, but for lack of a better term, I have to use oils to support me so I can best support him. Right. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, like with all of this is for not just your kids going back to school. This is to help us get through it too. So don't forget about yourself. You gotta use this as well. And if you have littles, I think we talked about this last week or the week before. If you have littles going to school, if they have a little stuffed animal that they love to take. I know when my boys went to preschool, like my youngest always had to have his little elephant. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to wash it every time it comes home because it's going to be like full of germs. But of putting, and I didn't have oils then, but of putting a drop of their favorite oil or adaptive, something that reminds them of home on that little stuffed animal. Or if you have, elementary school kids, they can go to their backpack and sniff their blanket or whatever it is that they know that can keep them comfortable. It reminds them of home. So, sorry. So our older ones are not going to be going to their backpack and stuff.
No, but you showed us the diffuser bracelet last week, and that Raj actually wears one. I mean, they're not feminine, or you can find them where they're not feminine. If you have a boy, and girls, if you have a girl, not only do they have cute bracelets, they have earrings, they have necklaces. Mm-hmm. So even if they're uncomfortable, maybe pulling out the oil at school and using it, putting it on a piece of diffuser jewelry would be really no different than someone having perfume or cologne on. So that's like, and again, them picking the right aroma for them that's going to support them the best. But so they have the chewable for kids 12 and under, and then of course the lifelong vitality supplements if your kid is 12 or older, or has a comfort level in swallowing pills, doing just a quarter dose of that to start out with, and then as they get older you can increase the dosing. So
and what we found with my youngest he's 12, is that he struggles a little bit taking it with water, so he takes them with milk. So it just kind of coats it a little bit better, and he can take them a little bit easier. But make sure they tuck their chin. You always think of taking pills, throwing your head back, but have them tuck their chin. It actually opens up their esophagus to take them. So, just something to kind of practice so they can later on take those. I'm like, you gotta.
Well, supplements. Let's take supplements to avoid the pill popping later.
Exactly. That's it. Supplements.
Although I call them pills all the time too.
I know, right? It's just wording, right?
Anyway, there's probably so many more things that we could cover, but we're going to just leave it at that. Leave it simple. If you guys have specific questions about how to add these into your routine, or what specifically we do, or whatever you need, recipes or anything like that, please don't hesitate. Drop it in the comments, reach out to us directly. That's what we're here for. That's what we thrive on, is helping to support you, and just giving you the empowerment and knowing that you've got these natural solution tools at your disposal. So super appreciate you. We will see you next week.
Okay, great guys.
Bye.
Bye.